Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the breakdown. Obviously, a special episode today. If you guys haven't seen the tweet already, you're a little late, but check out that OpTic Twitter. We have a pretty special video that a lot of people have.
What a shit intro. Ladies and gentlemen.
How was that shit?
Ladies and gentlemen, it's announcement day, folks.
Fuck you.
What do you mean? What a shit intro.
Fuck you, you piece of shit.
Well, how about you bring a little bit of energy?
Sorry. Ladies and gentlemen.
Jesus, that's better. Go ahead. That's it?
No,
That's all you're giving me?
You killed my vibe. What, you want the buffer?
Ladies and
gentlemen, it's time to check out the announcement video.
Correct. The announcement video just went live on the OpTic Gaming Twitter. As for the process, a lot of people have been asking about the process. There was a lot more shot behind the scenes recently, and they want it to be obviously the best episode that it can possibly be. It's a big episode, so they just want to make it the best it can possibly be. It'll be released at a later date, but for now, I mean, why don't we go ahead and play the initial announcement video?
For those that missed it.
For those that missed it, you want to watch it with us? Come on now.
So yeah, it's time to prove the world wrong. My first go around for OpTic on the competitive side back in 2018 definitely didn't go as planned, so I'm excited to get the opportunity to run it back. I think being undefeated against Pred was probably my best selling point, and playing H with Shotzi and sort of, I guess, getting myself involved in the team environment was my best selling point. No, man.
That was my seat, bro.
No,
this
man.
is my seat. That's all me.
It should have been me. It should have been me.
Yo, Pred. Yo, Pred. Yo, Pred. Wake up, bro. We got a scrim.
Yeah, I'm coming. I just had to wait a stream.
What's up, fellas?
Yo.
Hey, yo.
What's good, baby? What's good?
Yo, what's up, baby?
Some absolute, what do they call it? Corn acting?
Nah.
I was doing insane porn.
That video is actually hilarious.
Oh, man.
That
Ladies and
video's
gentlemen,
actually good.
we got Predator. We got Kylo Ken,
Yup.
the new squad.
Yes,
First
sir.
off, obviously people want to hear about, the squad and all that shit, but we got to get it off the table. We went crazy last night.
Oh, we went insane.
We went crazy last night.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Nah, last night was a movie. An actual movie.
So we had a pool day all day yesterday.
Yeah.
Fred was, 2.5 hours late?
Yeah, tell him why. He called me at, everyone's supposed to be there at 12, and he calls me at 12:30. He was like, yo, what time's everyone getting there?
Why did you do this only on camera?
Yeah,
I was like,
every
what?
time.
I was like, what? And he's like, no, I'm going to the shops. I'm getting Dior trunks. and he pulled up in fucking Versace swim trunks 2.5 hours late. People were leaving when he was getting there.
Yeah, everyone left when he got there, but we made it up. We went out. We got a nice dinner. Right. We went to the club. Went absolutely crazy. We had a hookah, and I was hitting that thing like oxygen was coming out of it. I mean, you can probably hear my voice right now.
Yeah.
No, you were actually a dragon.
Dude, yeah.
Nah, you were actually killing that, bro. You were killing that for
you
sure.
were a dragon.
It was a bad day to be a hookah last night, gentlemen. But yeah, welcome, obviously.
Yeah.
Any initial comments you guys want to make? We have questions that we have for you guys planned out. This is going to be more of a just kind of chill breakdown. This is off-season special. So is there anything you guys want to say off the rip? I guess the floor is yours.
No, I'm just happy to be here. I feel like, I've been here for like a week now. Everything's just been smooth, content-wise, team-wise. We've been vibing, so I'm just happy.
We should start with the almost leak.
Yeah, we should start.
Okay.
We should start with the almost leak. I'll let you
tell the whole story?
Yeah, tell the story.
All right. So, for everybody in the chat, there was actually a leak and nobody peeped it. I was here late at night playing Apex. It was like midnight or 1 a.m., something around that time. And there's a Halo room outside of our COD room. And as I'm walking out the room, I see somebody streaming. And I look, I'm like, is that a stream? Like, is somebody playing? Is that Warzone? And basically, I was in the back of somebody's stream. I don't know if I can say who it is. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, you can say it.
Oh, it was Sabas.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sabas' stream. I instantly call everybody like, yo, I might have just leaked. And nobody peeped it. So Thankfully, nobody peeped it.
He unpublished that VOD in an instant.
Oh, I mean, you have to at that point.
Oh, yeah.
If nobody saw it initially, like you can't have that thing. You can't have it stay up.
Oh, no way.
You kidding me?
Yeah.
You were tweaking for a second. You
I
were
was
like, oh,
tweaking.
hell
I
no.
was, bro. I'm
tweaking.
telling you, I stood in this roof for like 10 seconds to figure out like what to do, and like AG was here, so I was like, let me
You
go
started
find
sweating?
it. Yeah, I was like, let me go, because we were like contemplating on who was gonna call Paige, and I was like, I'll do it, bro. Like
Yeah,
it's on me.
who's gonna be the bearer of bad news?
Exactly.
I had to be the bearer of bad news this morning. I had to call Hector and tell him that we put the company card on the club last night. It was a split-second decision. I'm sitting here looking at this bill, right? I'm like, I can either put this on my card, or I can spin this and be like, this was the intro to the team.
Yeah.
I made a split-second decision. I called this morning and I was like, listen, Hector, my bad, but it had to be done.
It was, yeah.
Bro.
Zinni was ordering bottles. Zinni was having bottles appear from thin air last night. And,
Yeah.
I mean,
I didn't know we were putting
Zinni
on
was
the
a
company.
monster.
huh?
I didn't know we were putting on the
Oh,
company.
so you thought it was on me? So you thought, fuck it?
No, I was of course
yeah.
going to go in with you. I mean,
Let's
it would
have
have
a
been
ball
like
on
an
set.
80-20 type split.
Huh?
I was thinking like an
80-20.
80-20 split.
Fuck. All right, Predator, you got anything to say, kid?
Fuck, man. I mean, shit. I mean,
Yeah.
I was been on this team for 8 months, a year now. So for me, it's just finally actually official. So
That's insane.
I mean, it's just crazy. I mean, even though I know it was always gonna happen, it just still feels like I still get that same feeling where it's just like it sets in like, wow, like just from everything that I've like worked towards, and just even when I started playing, I don't know, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, and I mean, we're going to talk about that later. But yeah, the whole situation last year, like it was kind of a long time coming.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone expected it. I mean, Ken, obviously we tried to keep it a secret, but like people slowly started to like catch wind that it was you.
Bro, the first day I even had because at first it was I'm on LAT, and then like the first day I had a talk about possibly coming here, it literally got leaked the next day, and I'm like,
That was
How
insane.
are people
bro,
so fat? There's
what?
gotta be a rat.
It was instant.
There's a rat.
That was
I
somewhere.
was
The
like,
cod burner
bro,
somewhere.
what?
There's a rat.
No.
It might be Zen, bro.
Think it was me?
Huh?
I had no
He's
idea.
in.
I had no idea you had the
It
initial
actually might
conversation.
be.
That picture goes hard,
That's
man.
a fire picture.
Yo, Riley, can you just keep? Obviously, we're live right now. We haven't really had a chance to just be in the madness of what Twitter is right now. So if you could just pull up all like the announcement tweets, all that stuff,
Bro, I need it,
because I want to see all that stuff. Because again, we just can't really see it in real time. So there's Ken's. The Thunder from Down Under, Predator.
It's a sign in the background for me, bro. The club sign.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even notice that.
Dude, we got to stay away from that place. man.
Yo,
Yeah.
stop putting that tweet out.
What tweet?
Where
Oh
AG
yeah, we went
AG's
last
big
night. We
enough
went
face.
to a place called Double D's. It's like a dive bar. We were playing pool and shit. Then he's about to tweet pictures of.
Well, no, look at AG's
We just
face
had
in
we
the
had a
background.
ball yesterday. That's basically the whole point of the story.
Yeah,
we had a
nah,
ball.
we had a
Before
good
we
time.
continue, I want to give a heartfelt thank you to the very, very, very few people who took that bait of me possibly playing and replied positively. If you were one of those very few people, thank you very much. Thank you very much. They were like, does he have a health issue? Is he leaving OpTic? I hope to fucking God he's not playing.
Oh yeah. What were some people saying? They were saying if
I was getting
if you're on
tweets,
the team,
respectfully, I won't watch, but I still love you. They were like, respectfully, if you're on the team, I'm going to lose my mind. But
yeah, they're insane.
it was fucked up.
But so just a quick run of the show. We're going to ask both these guys some questions. Obviously, we can take some questions from chat as well. Then we're going to do rapid fire. We're going to do teams. I don't know. I think it's going to be me and Pred, you and Ken, probably something like that. Make it easy. And then we're going to do a tier list at the end. These guys aren't going to be on the tier list. They're going to go start their streams. So immediately after we do the tier list of rumored and teams and confirmed teams, all that good stuff, we're going to send you guys to both of their streams.
So Zin, sorry to cut you off.
No, you're good.
Zin, just to let you know, there was no fucking chance I was playing with you.
Dude, how many times have you beat me in the CDL? Answer. How many
Listen,
times have you ever
it's not
beaten me?
you, it is TJ.
How many times have you ever beaten me? He can't beat me
0
in
for 4.
pool. He can't beat me in shit. He
In
loses
pool?
everything
Dude.
versus me.
But
You
have
got
you-
Beat them in pool?
Yeah, we
No,
tapped their
we
ass.
technically won.
We won.
No,
we
no,
tech-
we
yo,
don't,
we won.
no, we
we
don't play
played
that
by
scratch
Boo
shit.
rules, bro. Yeah.
I'm undefeated. You are fucking
Yeah, bro,
trite.
you get carried by TJ, bro.
My mic is bad. I'm sorry. It's like, is this better? I'm talking into it now. just got to talk into it. Sorry. So let's start. We'll give Pred the first question. Just explain just how your life has changed over the past few years. You said that you've been wanting to join OpTic for a long time. It's been like a goal of yours. Just explain how everything came to fruition and the path that you traveled.
I mean, honestly, it all started literally when I was maybe 12 years old. Like I said, I even told you, like yourself, like I've been watching like you and Nate since Black Ops 2. I mean, literally, like, honestly, it was like before school would even start. I literally missed days of school just grinding YouTube.
Watching him?
Yeah, him and Nate all the time.
That's insane,
Black
right?
Ops 2 rank play.
Why he's so fucking dumb.
But I used to watch our Black Ops 2 rank play all the time, and that's really where my competitive for Call of Duty started, honestly. Just watching League play. And then, you know, fast forward to now, and I'm sitting on the chair, you know, like, joined the team today. Like, most people that, you know, play competitive Call of Duty, like, that's what most, like, people's dreams are, is to be, like, where I am and, like, you know, where every other player that's been for OpTic. So, I mean, it's crazy, man, especially from Australia, because that whole place is just not looked at at Call of Duty, not once at all. So
it's not. I feel like you kind of like pop that bubble though. Like you're obviously one of the best statistic subs in the league. I'm not going to sit here and glaze you because you're fucking moron.
What, you guys just suck each other off?
But you know he did make a big impression for Australia.
Yeah,
Straight up.
We had Mind Freak, right? We had Mind Freak, so we had like, you know, Shocks and that crew, and those guys were obviously solid. They were in the CWL, but you're definitely, sorry to Dens, my former GM, you are the most known Australian player pretty quick. Like, you came in and you were just, when a player, I guess, like you and like Hydra, like when they get started and, you know, he was from France, you're from Australia, people don't really know a lot about you because...
Oh my God, dude.
Dude, look at this.
Wait,
real quick, the reason I was
you
doing
gotta
this
tell the
is
story
because
about
Can we
this.
give some context?
this dog shit prick couple behind me. What,
You know what's funny? You
Go
never
back
go
to the
on
first
when you do
picture.
that.
We were on Mars at this point in the day.
Dude, this couple standing behind me had just no regard for the fact that I was playing pool. So that's why, as a joke, they just wouldn't move. So I just raised their face and started doing this.
This was like what was this? This is probably like hour 8 of us just having a ball.
And then go to the last pick.
Yeah, it was a good
That
time.
literally sums up the night.
it was
honestly.
good.
That actually sums up the night.
But
Oh my God.
But yeah, like it's very unknown when a player from like overseas comes over and there's a lot of hype, like, oh, he's mechanically good, but being mechanically good and then being able to do what you've done in the CDL is a different thing. So you definitely, unfortunately for Dens and the guys, have Australia now.
Yeah.
You kind of own Australia for COD.
I mean, yeah, it's crazy.
Not against me though.
Jesus.
And then you
wish you
can
still played.
on the other side of things. Obviously, was that?
Dude.
Oh, that wasn't last night. I was gonna say.
No.
What did our sign say last night?
Welcome
Nobody
home.
took a video.
Welcome
Welcome
home.
home.
Welcome
Yeah.
home.
Or something like
Oh,
that.
wait, so walking to the club yesterday, I like walked in alone to like scope out the table, and a fan goes, "Methods?" And I was like, brother, Pred and Kenny are about to walk in.
You told him that?
Yeah, I mean, he's about to watch them walk in. I was like, there's an announcement tomorrow.
We should have got like a code
Can you-
over him or some shit.
Yeah, please. He's like, I'll be good. Don't worry, I got you. I was
The
like,
guy at the table across from us was looking over too. Like he was like,
do you not remember him introducing himself to you?
"No."
Wait, you don't?
Wait, you
Bro.
actually done it?
Yo.
You remember talking to him?
No.
Bro, no, Seth leans up. He goes, yo, should I like speak to the fan? I go, yeah, like say something.
Well, because I didn't want him to
you
like.
got up and you were like, yo, come here, come speak.
Oh, so yeah,
You're the one that
I
initiated it.
I didn't want him to leak, so I was like, "Come on
Yeah.
over, like we
Dude,
gotta have a conversation really quick."
That kid was a lying bastard too. He only knew you. He's like, I've been following OpTic forever. But he's like, who are you? And I was like, I'm Methods. And he's like, who's everybody else? And I was like, so you only know Scump? He goes,
Yo.
yeah, I can't lie. I only know Scump. And I said, you piece of shit.
Yeah, it was a good night. But Ken, on the other side of things, obviously you've been playing for a while. I remember playing you in AW.
Yeah.
Weren't you and Dylan teaming in AW?
Yeah.
I remember playing both of y'all, and your breakout year was World War II. So kind of explain your journey, obviously to the point you are now.
Yeah. I mean, I was going through school, I was playing football, little league, middle school, high school, and straight A student, taking the best AP classes. I was going to school on a full ride, and then this was like during the time I was playing AW. So I was just going to school, playing AW, literally, like playing 2Ks, 5Ks. Went to my first 3 tournaments, got top 6 at Worlds, and that kind of got my name like super known. But then the 18+ rule happened, so I went off to play Halo for 2 years. Didn't play COD for those 2 years at all. I played BO3 for 1 month.
So after AW, you
played BO3 for 1 month, the first month, and then didn't play COD. Didn't even buy IW. Like I have never touched IW at all.
Really?
Yeah.
Not a single map.
Not a single map. Not a single map.
That's actually crazy.
Yeah. And so I was actually surprised that Lamar hit me up to join the team, because I was like, bro, I haven't played COD in 2 years, but like the money was like way better than the job that I was at. So I was like, I'm leaving a full ride scholarship to go play COD. My family was not happy at the time.
I bet.
But it paid off. So I mean,
and then that year was World War II, right?
Yeah.
And then
Ken
you were
genius.
in World War II.
That's
I'll
what
blow
we
smoke
need.
up your ass. You were insane at World War II.
Yeah.
We had our little stint teaming.
Mm-hmm.
Then
Just a little bit. Not the best event out of me, but
Yeah,
Like, Ken, you gotta sit like this, bro. Do
like this?
Yeah.
But
No, other way.
But
I see.
Wait.
He's like lining it up.
Sitting
It's like lining it it up on the stream. Like everybody's sitting this way.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought like a nut was about to slip
Yeah, I
out
thought
of
it
Yeah,
was.
I
I
saw
was
he was like,
hanging
I
out.
was like, all right.
what the hell's going on over there?
Wait, so you didn't play IW at all, and you
No,
came back
I-
and had your World War II year?
Yeah, I literally didn't play COD at all. Like I didn't touch COD. I just
Why
was
couldn't
coming
you
off
be
a Halo
like him
event.
in World War II?
Dude, I was trying, man.
You didn't give me
Why
nothing.
go-
I was trying.
Wait, what
man.
actually? No, I don't want to talk. We won't talk
No,
about it.
please ask.
No, I just wanted to
What
know
happened at World War
to
II champs? He couldn't buy a fucking kill.
No, just at your guys' team.
We
I
had a
couldn't
lot of
buy
fun.
one in one. I couldn't buy one in one series.
The
It
most
was an
important series of the year. But
to
also,
be
Sam,
fair.
it was like the Bad News Bears. There was one clutch where Crowder 1v3'd us because Octane just didn't want to look at a window. He was like, Sam made one of the worst
Nah,
plays.
that might have been the
Obviously,
worst
Sam's one
clutch of all time. Like
Sam's one of the best
bro.
players in Call of Duty history. So let me just preface with that. But I've never seen a more faded play. He was staring at the window and then he ran into school and started chasing him. I was like, what the fuck
Yeah,
are you
through
doing?
the window. That was
I
nuts.
was like, what the fuck are you
Nah,
doing?
that
hold
was
the
nuts.
cross and we were defusing the bomb. Just had to hold the cross, just ran at him. It was insane.
You heard the story about when Krim left the book outside my door, right?
No, I've never heard that story.
I was pretty consistent in World War II. Like I was, for the most part, at least statistically, I was
This
pretty
isn't about you,
consistent.
buddy.
No, but I'm telling him. He asked about our team.
Go ahead.
No, you're a piece of shit. Never mind.
Go ahead.
No, back to
I was
them.
I was pretty good at World War II.
But yeah, so kick us back off. So World War II, you came back. You had that crazy run with TK.
Yeah, won first 2 events, had a middle season, and then won S2 playoffs, got MVP, got second at champs, and then I joined the Thieves for BO4. And then
ever since
BO4, we
And we
had a
couldn't
slow
beat
start.
those motherfuckers.
Had a slow start at BO4. I switched to a Maddox. We won 2 events again, back to back. Got second at champs again. And then OGLA happened.
Good team.
happened. Yeah, great team.
Great
We actually
team.
played really well at champs.
Who was that team? It was you, Austin, Dashy, Tej,
Cap.
J-Cap?
Yeah.
That roster is
That team was
horrendous.
insane.
No, now it is.
That
Like now
roster is
looking bro,
horrendous.
on paper the roster is
That was
good.
a good roster.
Yeah, on paper.
Oh,
Oh.
no. I wanna
Oh,
see
please.
this.
I love these.
I think being undefeated against Pred was probably my biggest selling point.
Thank God you shut him up. Thank God.
No, this actually took like 10 takes too.
Yeah, I know.
Because they were like, bro, you're so weak at like stabbing him. I'm like, bro, I don't want to hit him in the face. Like,
You hit him hard?
bro. It
Thank
was
God
nah.
you
I
shut
don't
him
even,
up.
bro.
Oh my
I was about to say
God.
some pause, like some zesty shit.
Whoever did that animation of Zinni like fading away,
That was pretty good.
that was pretty fire.
That was
good
pretty
work.
good because it looked troll when we were filming it. They were like,
Oh,
because
yeah.
Zen's like, how should I fall over? And they're like, bro, just fall.
Oh, 100%.
I was like, I don't know.
My legs getting tired.
But yeah, OGLA.
Yeah,
probably
OGLA
not your
happened.
best year.
Not the best year. And then Cold War, goddamn roster roulette. I played with a new person every day.
Roster roulette.
But it actually was one of my best seasons individually. Like I like obviously there's World War II, but like in Cold War I was so like comfortable on the game that like I was frying at one point. I was running a main. Somehow I was running a main AR and I was just frying. Loved that game. And Vanguard happened. We won champs. Won another event. Now I'm here. Well, MW2 happened. We won't talk about MW2.
What did you say?
We won't talk about MW2.
Oh, I mean,
We won an event though. We won an event, so I'll take it. But we obviously won the
got a
one
that
piece
game
of
in
event.
general.
You got a
was
piece
just-
of the pie.
Yeah, definitely.
That game in general was just insane.
Yeah, that was interesting.
So Predator, we have to talk about it. Obviously, last year we were trying to get you out of Seattle.
Yep.
Talk to me a little bit about or not me because I know, but talk to them a little bit about how that all went down. And then after that, I kind of want you to touch on like your team after that situation. Obviously, you stayed with Seattle.
Yeah.
Do you think that created like a kind of a void within the team, or was everyone kind of chilled out? You know.
I mean, honestly, like obviously the whole situation was kind of crazy because we just played in the finals. We just came top 2 at an event, and then we all went back like home for like New Year's Eve, Christmas, stuff like that. And then I remember you guys just hitting me up, saying like, look, we're trying to make it happen. And I just remember Seattle being open to do it and actually given sort of a green light for it to happen. So then, once it was basically like we all knew it was like 90, honestly, it was like 95%. Like we all thought it was like 95% done. So,
so I don't know if we've really talked about it, but so the thing with Seattle is they were like, if you get us to this number, we're going to let him walk. He can come over. We got to that number, and then they were like playing with us because like we didn't scrim for that week and a half because we were like
trying to get me.
Because we were trying to get you the whole time. We didn't play for that whole week and a half, and then we got rug pulled.
Yeah.
And it was just a bad situation.
No, it was. It definitely was. It was just bad because of how long it went. If it was just a straight no from the start, then it's like everyone kind of expected that. But because it got so like deep into the situation, that's what's probably what was actually the most affecting was how long it took. Because the longer it took, so like for example, since I was most likely going to be going, there was obviously like Brendan was going to be coming over to Seattle. And obviously, Lamar and Brendan can't be on the same team. So then Lamar was going to be not on the roster. So, what I'm saying? So Lamar's kind of preparing to potentially leave the team.
This is the fucking tea.
You know what I'm saying?
Wait, yeah, what?
This is some
Lamar and
serious
Brandon.
tea.
Yeah. So that was literally going to be...
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that was going to be it. And...
That was gonna be it, man.
That is hilarious.
I forgot about that. Keep going.
And then that was basically going to be the roster, but that's what I'm saying. That's what affected it mostly was because, I was preparing to leave. Lamar was preparing, so then we all had to like come back and have a fresh mindset of like, look, that all fell through, and let's try and win now. So that's what was the toughest part was just trying to come back and just get over that mindset. So that tournament we ended up coming last. So. It definitely didn't go too well. So, but yeah, that's basically what really happened.
Would you say like just simple yes or no? Would you say that whole ordeal, like, do you think that's why the team started to kind of taper off a little bit? Because you guys came back at the end of the year and you guys started to look like pretty solid again at champs.
Yeah, I mean,
but would you credit it mostly to that?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, honestly, yeah, I probably would. Like. The thing is, like our team, Major 3, Major 4, we went 4-1 online splits. Like we went 4-1. Like we were like the number 1 seed heading into the Major 3.
But on land, you guys couldn't buy one.
And then on land, we obviously like if we beat FaZe, we're top 3. So.
Yeah. Was that the bottom orange?
No, that was unacceptable.
Was that the hip fire?
That was unacceptable.
That was it, right?
Yep.
That was nuts.
If we
That
win
was
that,
actually
we're top
crazy.
3, like playing Toronto to get into a grand final, and that could have potentially been like playing for our second grand final.
And then that like resurrects the season. Like
exactly,
then
like-
you're like everyone's vibing again. And
Yeah.
That one hip fire, bro.
Literally, like we're top 3 and like we came second, third. Like that's 2 good, pretty decent placements.
Yeah.
Considering like what we had for Major 2 is kind of voided because we didn't practice. We all thought we were leaving. So like it was kind of just like a whatever split. So like to come back and come into another top 3 or like grand final and like that we looked so differently. And like mentally and confidence wise, it's just so different. But yeah.
Absolutely. Switching over to Ken again. We'll just keep going back and forth because
That's
I mean
cool.
I got a decent amount of questions for both of y'all. Just some things that I really want to hit on. The next one for Ken is so I didn't really know this about you as a player, but just learning more about you obviously through the roster move. So you're big on team culture.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you learned at Thieves that you want to bring onto this team?
It's like the out of game aspect of like being like homies as well, rather than just teammates. I feel like anybody can tell you like our LAT like culture just from the outside looking in just looked like we were a unit. We were all walking together. We're all kind of rocking the same outfit, like, and that was literally us. That's how we built the culture over there. It's like in game we want to have the best teamwork, and out of game we just want to look like we're a squad. Like I feel like that's the biggest thing nowadays. You always have one or two people on the team that don't really like their teammates or just some iffy things like that. And I never like that. Like complete honesty. Like if you don't like something, say it.
Let's get it out.
Yeah, let's get it out right here. Like I feel like letting things build up.
Yeah, that's the
leads for like the team to just blow up one day.
And that happens, like you said, it happens so much on so many different teams, and
Yeah.
that can, like, little things like that can just chalk your season.
Exactly.
Like if someone doesn't like someone and they just resent them the whole time, it's like they're not listening to what they're saying.
Exactly.
They're telling them to rotate. I'm sitting there like, fuck this guy. Like,
Yeah.
like it's just
like it's unwanted. So like for me, like I said, team culture is big. Just out of game, in game, because I feel like out of game, your homies, it leads to like in game and also just better conversations during practice. You know what I mean? Like giving criticism, knowing how people take criticism because you hang out with them every day. You know what they don't like, what they do like. And at the end of the day, I mean, nowadays, like teamwork is really, really big because everybody can shoot straight. Shooting straight's the easiest part of being a professional Call of Duty player.
dynamic.
And I feel like teamwork is like what basically differentiates the top teams from the bottom teams. And I look to bring that to the team for sure.
Hell yeah.
That's good.
Let me touch on any game real quick too.
Yeah.
So from the outside looking in, like my assumption is that you're going to be like IGLing or like taking over sort of the comms. Maybe not like a. I think the term IGL and COD's a weird one, but
Yeah.
I do think when it comes to the communication, you'll be like leading the way.
Yeah. I mean,
And you play with Octane too. So like, are there things that, and Sam has great communication, obviously.
Right.
Like, has playing with him, do you think you'll take some things that he's implemented and then bring that over here?
yeah, I think playing with Sam for so long and like honestly like scoping out everything he's done for our team last year, like the past 2 years, like I've learned a lot just playing with him again. And also for me, like I feel like I'm a pretty smart Call of Duty player. So I feel like the only thing I need to work on is like in these like I guess dire situations, like more high pressure situations, like to calm myself and like calm the team down. I feel like that's something I learned from Sam. Like as we've been teaming the past 2 years, like in those moments he's so calm and like it makes it easier because you're just like when you're speaking to somebody in like a calm manner, it kind of just slows the game down. And sometimes a team needs to slow down. So I feel like that's something I definitely want to tap into this year because I didn't do it that much last year on our team, but I did have moments where I did do it. And I think the IGO, because me, I want to be the like a pretty vocal person in the game. So I feel like the IGO role fits me pretty well, or the quote unquote IGO role.
And Sam gave you some high praise too. I saw a clip where Sam was talking about you, and he was just like, you have a weird sense for the game where it's like you cannot be in the play at all, but something will feel off.
Yeah.
And you'll want to go back and go over it. Like you can be across the map getting hill time, and you're like, yo, what the hell happened here? Because this didn't feel right.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it's like anytime we lose a map, I'm instantly in the VOD because I know the exact situation where the game kind of went from in our hands to just not in our hands at all. So I can go to that moment like instantly. I have good memory when it comes to like mini map reading. So I feel like for me, that's what makes it easier. I'll take a water as well, please.
Yeah, I'll take a water, please. Yeah, so I just want to segue off that, and the fact that you said you're in the VOD already, like immediately after your situation. I feel like you and Ant are gonna really vibe on that as well. I don't know how you are. Like I'm sure that you like to go into the VOD, but Ant, that's how Ant is. Like right after, like in between maps and stuff, he's instantly in the VOD.
Yeah,
and he's
that's
like,
me.
what happened? So I feel like you guys are really gonna mesh well.
That's important.
in that aspect.
For sure.
All right, Predator. Next one up for you, kid. Well, speaking of Ant, how do you think that you two are going to mesh as a sub duo? Obviously, your play styles are, I would say, very different. He's more of the fast, in your face, like all the time. So are you, but I feel like you play like more corners. Like you're like a slay heavy sub. Where Ant can also be a slay heavy sub.
He's like very similar to your play style.
Yeah, you're
Selfish
very
skill
similar to
whore.
how I play. Selfish skill.
Very selfish skill whore.
Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah, thanks, bud.
No problem.
So how do you think that you and Ant are gonna mesh together? Because I'm really excited to see that sub duo go to work.
No, I think me and Ant, honestly, like I actually think it's gonna be work out perfectly because of how I think we both know how to adapt to when we need to play slow and to when we need to both play, like one of us need to play fast. I think that's what separates like a good sub from an average sub, is just knowing when to speed up and when to slow down. And I feel like me and Ant know when we need to like play our life and stay alive, or when we need to, like we're the one that's first in line. We got to like get the entry. So, I mean, it's going to be very easy for us. I feel like especially in S&D as well, because we both like we're both down to make a play. You know what I'm saying? Like no matter what. So when it comes to like playmaking and slowing the pace down when needed and picking it up when needed, like I feel like me and him are very like we understand how to do that. And when you don't have to worry about the other sub doing that, that makes it so much easier for you, because if you feel like the other sub's playing too slow and you're like, you know what I mean, then you start thinking, damn, like, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like me and him won't have that issue because we understand when it's time to go quick and when it's time to go slow. And I think that's the most important part to definitely get that going. But yeah, I'm excited for sure.
Yeah, I feel like the slaying potential on this team is like, it's through the roof.
Well, that's what I wanted to ask too. Like, so I will gas up your Seattle team in the sense that you guys had a good system. Like, I do think Mac and Lamar are very good at like setting their teammates up.
Yeah.
And Dante obviously mechanically is crazy. Now you're coming to a team that I would say just has a lot more just like raw slaying power with Brandon as your main AR, him on flex, and running around with the sub. Do you think you'll still be able to just like do your thing the same way you were doing it prior? Do you think this new roster will like maybe alleviate some of like the slaying pressure that you had? Because just to speak bluntly, I feel like if you or Dante weren't going off, you guys were in a tough spot. You know what I'm saying? Like you guys were constantly dropping 40s. And do you feel like now you're going to maybe have an easier job and it's going to be a little more, I guess, calm?
I mean, yeah, nah, for sure. I feel like the way this team is, just straight like pacing, knowledge, confidence, all that kind of stuff is like, and mechanically, and just the way we are, like obviously it's like fresh blood, so we're all going to be super motivated to like play with each other. So I think our team is going to be, just like I said, it's just so much more like faster pace, like so much more aggression, and at the same time, like Brendan shoots straighter than anyone in the league. I mean, that's just facts. And then like Ken, like his mind, like the way he thinks about Call of Duty and like the way he puts the system in plays, and he knows when to pull an AR, he knows when to pull a sub out, and he's a very good gap filler. He understands how to play the gap to the best ability, and at any time in the moment he can, take over and get a three piece. And then obviously with me and Ant just being the most annoying on the map, just running at people and playing our lives, I feel like our team just has so much potential, and it's honestly going to come down to just how we practice. Honestly, that's really what it's going to be. Because if we practice well and we go 100% every day and we put the effort in, then I mean the sky's the limit. It's honestly just simply just the effort we want to put in.
Yeah, no, the talent is 100% there, and I can't foresee right now you guys having really any issues with practice, just because I mean I know how Ant is, and like he is very very like about his practice.
Yeah.
So it's like I feel like there's not going to be any issue there with you guys. But really quickly before we ask Ken the next question, I do want to say if y'all could gas up the announcement tweet on the OpTic Gaming channel, Twitter. Riley, if you could pull that up for us just to show people, we'd really appreciate it. Again, it's a big day, and if you guys don't mind showing some love to that tweet over there, be very, very kind. But Ken, so I want to ask you a question about just roles in general. So you've been kind of going back and forth a lot recently, at least the past couple of years, being on a sub or being on a flex. How do you feel this year coming in, like knowing that? I mean, basically you're like a hard flex. Like there's no real time where you're gonna have to switch off your role this year.
Yeah.
So how does that make you feel coming in?
I feel like it's my most confident role. Like I love being able to flex between both guns, and because like I said, I feel like I'm a pretty smart player, so I understand what situations I need to use which gun pretty good. It's just like the fact that like I feel like I should be running an AR more times than I should be running a sub. It's because I feel like I impact the game really heavily when I run an AR, because especially ARs that like can kill up close, like can be basically run around snap heavy, because I'm a snappy player. So
you get a Maddox, it might be over.
Exactly. So it's like I feel like for me, it's like I'm going in super confident, because once again I'm being able to play the role I want to play, and my teammates are absolutely disgusting. So I'm looking to just basically fill in the gap of where him and Ant are basically leaving, and honestly slay. To be honest, I feel like for me it's gonna be way easier, because like I said, I'm confident in being a flex, and also looking to be that big vocalist on the team. Yeah,
and I just want to kind of branch off that a little bit. Do you think that the flex fits you just because of your play style? Like, I mean, how would you describe your play style? Like slower?
I actually think I'm one of the fastest players in the league, but I also understand, like I feel like I understand it to a T when I need to slow down. Just because, like I said, I'm super big on teamwork. So like you'll never see me like solo challenge unless I feel like I really, really have to. But I also can because I have the talent to ego chow.
Yeah.
So like for me, it's like I would see myself as kind of like a bailout player at times. I can pop a 2 or 3 piece like randomly, and you're just like, how the hell did Ken just win that?
Yeah.
But also, like I said, fundamentally, I feel like I'm there at pacing. Like my pace is like on par with like super, super fast. Never slow. Like you'll never catch me being like, yo, Ken's too slow on that play.
And,
like I'll always be up to pace.
And that's why I'm just really excited about this roster, because I feel like all 4 of you are bailout players. Like every single one of you has like that X factor that you kind of need at certain times in Call of Duty. Because like there's times in Call of Duty where shit's just not going to be going right.
No way, yeah.
And you need someone to just pop a piece.
To get the game going.
You need someone to do something a little crazy, get you out of situations. I feel like all 4 of you on the team can do that at any given time. So I feel like it's just gonna be hard to play against you guys this year, especially
100%.
like in search. Like it's gonna be hard to play against.
SD will be good.
You guys are gonna be a good roster. And now again, you get to play your role that you're most comfortable with 3 players around you that are, I mean, arguably the best at their role. I mean, on any given day. So I think it's gonna work out really, really well for you and also the team. This is kind of a joint question for both of you guys. But do you guys feel, obviously you're coming into OpTic, I'd say it's not even a question, the most passionate fan base in maybe all of esports. Do you guys feel that pressure coming in? Maybe not yet, but do you think you will when the time comes, or do you think you're just gonna kind of power through it and not really worry about it and zone it out?
I feel like for me, what I expect of this team and how I see the future of this team for this year, I don't think the pressure never really gets to me like that, because I like to just focus on us. But like what I expect this team to do, like we're competing on every Sunday for championship. So I feel like if the pressure's like, oh, we got second, we need to get first, that's good pressure, because I obviously expect us to be that first place team. So for me, it's like I don't mind it. I've always dealt with the pressure. I've always been the villain, or I guess
Kylo Ken.
Yeah, underdog. So I'm always down to be, I guess, underrated.
Sure.
Yeah, now for me, honestly, like I don't really like. For me, it's more exciting. Like just having a fan base that, like, I know when I get to, like, I'm hearing them. Like when I'm playing like those big matches and we're winning those big games and those close games and those round 11s, like that is what any competitor wants to play for. Like if you want to play in those crowds, you want to play for those people. Like you want to be in those environments and those situations. So for me, I'm happy. Like it's something that I want. Like I'm gonna grab it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I want to grab that opportunity. Like it's not for me. There's zero pressure at all. If anything, it's beneficial, because having people like that just giving you that type of
motivation.
Like imagine having all these people that want you to win so badly, and like you get what is that?
You receive absolutely nothing. That is good.
Nah.
That is good shit. Sorry,
that's basically me on the pressure. I mean, I'm excited. I can't wait. I cannot wait to just play in front of the whole green wall. I mean, that's just gonna be a moment. Like, when I walk on that stage for the first time, it'll be amazing.
And Hector,
Yo, Scump.
yo Abner, I'm gonna win a ring for OpTic for you and Hector.
What is this, Riley? Riley's on one right now.
Bro, what the?
What the hell even is that?
That was Seth after the hookah.
That was me walking out of the club last night.
After the hookah.
That shit was oxygen. I was absolutely.
That was Seth after the hookah. Oh
my
god,
that's good.
That guy was dragging.
Next week for the office after cooking up the next OpTic dynasty. That's good shit.
Oh my god.
Oh, okay. This question was kind of asked a little bit for you, Pred.
Yeah.
But do you think that you'll still have the same play style with Ant, or do you think that it might change a little bit just because of the pressure that he puts on the map?
Honestly, I feel like it might change a little bit, but I think it'll change for the better. I feel like it will be a bit more, like for example, there might be situations in my old teams where maybe someone else should have been in that situation, but because we had such a system that was such like second nature, where they would go there and I would go there. But like when you have, I feel like me personally, I feel like it should be, if you're first in line to get to that best spot, you need to get there.
Yeah, I feel like I don't want to cut you off, but
Yeah.
I feel like Seattle, like you guys were very, very
Precise on-
set in like your roles.
Yes.
Whereas this year, I mean, Zin kind of touched on it. I feel like y'all are gonna have a lot more freedom.
Yeah.
All as like individuals on the map because, like, I mean, the system that is gonna be put in place, obviously, it's gonna be there. So, just how do you feel with that kind of that freedom that you're gonna have?
I mean, I'll be honest, since joining the league, I've had the ultimate freedom. But now having that freedom of like pressure off when it comes to, I know like someone's going to do something when they need to, or for me, it's mainly the S&D really. Like, I'm just glad that I know, like, because I just know how like how our team will be in S&D, where it's like, I know Ant is going to, like, if Ant's not getting through, I'm going to get through. One of us is getting through. Like, there's no way we're not. And then like at the same time, like, I just know our team when it comes to like pacing. Like, I know, because I know how Ken will play as well as like when it comes to pacing. And the thing about Brennan, I just know like we're gonna be like Brennan's gonna get set up to just do what he does best, and that's just absolutely rip people. So for me, I'm just super confident, and yeah, I think the play styles are gonna fit perfectly just because I feel like we're all very smart players.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Next question's for Ken.
Yep.
Just kind of explain what Roster Mania looked like for you, because it was probably crazy for you. I mean, just how all of this came to happen. So please talk a little bit about it.
I mean, to be fair, everything happened so quick just because, like I said, I was planning to stay with LAT and build a roster there. For me, it was just like I was chilling at home, and then one day my agent's like, yo, like there might be a spot at OpTic, and I'm like, all right, hit them up, like let me know what they say. Like, I'm super down, like, and I even hit up Ann on the side, like, yo, like if y'all need one, like I feel like I'll fit the team perfectly. And basically literally like the next day it just clicked, and I was like, oh, well, that was like pretty easy. So at first it was kind of stressful because obviously LAT were trying to figure out what team we wanted to fit best around me, especially with me going to want to play flex.
I don't want to pry too much, but can you like speak about kind of what your roster was looking like, or who you might have been pursuing, or do you not want to go into that just 'cause you don't want to give away too much?
Yeah, definitely don't want to give away too much. I feel like it was going to go for more up-and-coming talent. I'll just say that.
Yeah.
I was looking to, like, they were kind of just convincing me to play with new and up-and-coming, like, players. And I was down for it. I was super down for it because, like I said, I wanted to fill this IGO role and, like, basically be Sam, because Sam's not here anymore, and then get some young passionate players that wanted to win. So that was the plan, and then everything kind of, the switch just flipped the next day.
I mean, everything worked out in the end.
True.
You know, for Predator now.
Yeah, guys, Sam didn't perish. He's a content creator now. He said
Sam
Sam's not here anymore. he's still kicking.
Yeah, Sammy's playing Apex with us.
He's still kicking.
Yeah. So Pred, I guess this is kind of another joint question, and we are almost, unless you have more, we are kind of almost done with the questions. We'll be moving into rapid fire next. But for both of you guys, what are you just most excited for about this squadron?
I think personality-wise, we mesh really well.
Yeah,
like,
nah,
we'll
it's
have
good
a
vibes.
lot of fun this year, and that's one thing people roast me for is having fun on stage. But I think having fun.
100 Thieves are smiling.
Oh yeah.
Let's all roast those motherfuckers. Well,
But that's when we're playing at our best, because we're confident. If we were laughing on stage, you can tell the confidence is there. So
I've never seen people hate on laughter more in my life.
I know.
I can't believe
I
they're
know.
smiling up there.
We would joke about it. Our team would joke about it. Like, anytime I make a
fucking
joke
dare
and
they?
laugh, like,
Dare
Ken,
they?
shut up. Like, you can't be laughing on camera. I'm like, my bad. But yeah, I mean, I think I want to get to that level as homies and teammates, just like where we're just that confident and we know how to lock in and laugh at any moment.
Those pieces of shit are smiling on that stage.
It was bizarre.
They have
I-
some
It was-
fucking.
I had
they
y'all's
have,
back
they
too.
have
I was
some
like,
nerve
what
up
the
there.
fuck are y'all hating on them laughing on stage?
yeah.
Some nerve.
They're just having a good time up there.
We'll be down like 0-1 and like somebody will pop a joke to just basically, clear the air. Just like get regain. It's a little regain moment. Like, we're down 0-1. We haven't lost yet. So it's like,
I think what I'm most excited about. I think we're all delusionally confident. Like,
yeah.
obviously, like, we have to obviously be structured and stuff like that, which will obviously come during practice. But like, just the confidence where it's just I feel like you need to have that confidence to be able to like believe that you can win. You know what I'm saying? And once we actually want to win, not just for ourselves but for each other and like for everyone, like, when it's just not about yourself, when you want to win for that person sitting next to you, I feel like once you hit that type of like bond with your team, that's when like you'll see like results quickly. So I
The
feel like
only
that's the most
the
important.
only thing that gets between, in my opinion, like superstar teams is like the personal animosity. Like
Yeah.
you need a system that's pretty textbook, but it needs to be more free flow. And it's like, if you want to try something and you go make a play,
Yeah.
you have to have. You can't be held like, why'd you do that? You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like Shotzi's play style. It's a double-edged sword because he makes the same play 2 different times, and one time he gets a 2-piece first blood, and the next time he dies, and it's like, oh, you need to slow down. But it's like, no, like you have to let superstars be superstars,
Agreed.
and it's going to work sometimes, and it's not going to work the other time. So it's like you got to have a good system, but a free flow system where
that's why I was
you
like
guys can
preach
shine
the
individually.
honesty thing. I preach the honesty because, like I said, it's like there's if you're just honest in practice when you don't like something or when you do like something, like I feel like those conversations can be
So easy.
like so
Yeah.
easy instead of just holding it back and then like one day they make another mess up. You're just like, the other day you did this and you did this today. It's like
Yeah.
it's just like a blow up moment for no
Oh.
reason. It's just like just be
Damon loved the blow up. He wouldn't say shit, and then one day he'd be like, "Seth, why the fuck aren't you rotating?" On Hacienda, I remember that shit like it was yesterday. He just blew the fuck up.
Yeah.
And I was like, Damon, what are you talking about? Like, yeah, why are you getting so mad? Like, oh man, that's the worst. And I do appreciate that, and I like that for just about you as a player, because people don't really get to see the dynamic of teams. Like obviously
True.
they get to see behind the scenes sometimes with like the documentary series and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But like honesty really is important inside of a squad, and it's good that you're preaching that, because I feel like that's going to be really, really big.
Yeah.
Just for the OpTic culture in general. Like I feel like that will be,
Well, you just brought that up, and like people were roasting me and Dill for like we had an argument at Champs, and that was just me and Dill. Me and Dill will argue all the time, but we also had that relationship that we knew like whenever the next map starts, me and Dill were good. Like we'll
Yeah.
call each other like, "Yo, Dill, what you doing?" Like it sounds like
well,
we
Dill's
did-
a little hard headed.
Well, we're both kind of hard headed at times.
Yeah.
People can be hard headed, but it's like, can you lock in for the next map and not chalk the whole day of practice? And
Yeah, Dill won't do that. But
Exactly.
Dill's stubborn. He'll be,
so
yeah.
that's why like the argument, like even there, like the argument there, we as soon as we left the room, me and Dill were just chill, like we're
Yeah.
vibing. Like there's no animosity towards each other. It's just like in the moment, you just lost, you're heated.
Yeah, when you're
You're gonna say
competitive,
what's on
that's
your
always
mind.
gonna happen.
Yeah.
It's just how it is. Like even like my team's had multiple situations like that. It's just how every team is. Like if you're competitive and you want to win, and the game we play is, we make so many decisions in one game. Like someone sometimes will make a mistake.
Yeah.
So it's obviously very high like scrutiny if you want to win. So stuff like that always happens.
I mean, real quick, what you guys did in Vanguard is like most teams would have broke up.
Exactly.
Like the fact that you guys, all you need is that personal respect for your teammates, and you can't start the game where it's like, you start talking to Kenny about Shotzi. You know what I'm saying? Like as long as there's no
Oh, yeah, that's weird.
weird lack of respect, like
Yeah.
teams, if you have superstar teams or players, you can get through it. And you guys were proof of that. You guys went back to back and won
we went
champs,
0-5
right?
in the stage, and then it was I mean the role swap, people gas it. I mean it was good for our team, but it also like the reason for our role swap was like to get me on a sub, like fast paced on the map, and also calming a lot, because Dill and Zach were like less communicative. They weren't like they're not bad comms wise. They just in moments when they're making plays, they like to like shut up and just lock in on their guns. For me, I like to call out basically everything I'm doing so people can understand what to do off me. So like that was like the big thing for that team, and I mean it worked out perfectly because we had like it was basically like a fresh start for us. And like I said before, our team was super honest. Like I was like, yo, I think the sub thing will be good for us. This is why. Everybody who spoke up, yeah, I'm down. Everybody was down, and we moved on. Came back with a fresh new mind at practice and made the runs at the tournaments, 1-2.
We should have beat
And
you
once
at
you-
champs.
You should have,
Yeah.
but y'all got nervous.
Damn.
We ran down mid with pistols. 5-5, game 5, round 11.
Yeah,
We
that
hit
was
mid with
nuts.
we shit ourselves.
That-
You
dude.
hit mid with pistols?
No, what
Yes.
happened was we called like a fast aggressive
Tuscan?
hit, and they hit us with every fucking tactical in their arsenal.
Was it Tuscan?
Yeah, we were
Yeah,
trying to
so
we were
that
trying
game
to, we
was
were trying to rush
tactical.
Would you
plan
run
A.
out of church or you were
Yeah.
on offense?
We're on offense, and I'm sitting whatever top fire. I wouldn't leave that place. I was just top
Oh,
fire.
You and Lamar. Oh
I was
my
top fire
God.
posted. And I called like
Sleeping up
an
there.
aggressive hit, and we got slammed by nades. And then we're like, fuck. So we just froze. And then Teach saw Draws outer. He's like, Draws is outer, nade him. They missed their one nade hit, and then he went inner and it missed. And then we said, it got down to 30 seconds. We're like, what the fuck are we doing? I'm like, hit mid. And TJ hit mid with a pistol.
No,
And
Dill's
tried gunning
comms.
envoy
Oh
mid-
my,
mid
Dill's
U.
comms during that moment were hilarious. All you just heard was mid. Oh, mid. I peeked top church, get a 2-piece. I'm like, thank God. Like, what in the hell? Like,
I was so mad.
the crowd was actually so loud during that. Like, I couldn't hear. We couldn't even hear each other. All I just heard was Dill screaming, mid.
Wait,
oh,
remember the crowd during that? It was actually
Yeah,
crazy.
that's what I'm saying.
Let's go Boston. Let's go Thieves.
That's what I'm saying. I couldn't
That
hear
shit
nothing.
was crazy. Oh,
All I just
that's
heard was a
heartbreaking.
mid scream. I'm just like, okay, I'm
If
top
only
church.
you came back for our team, man.
What?
If only you came back to our team, you could have relived a moment like that again.
Hey, man. You gotta
Unlucky.
think. I mean, it's better I play with you than against you. Because
Yeah,
fuck
I mean, yeah.
me.
If you can't beat them, you just gotta join them.
Backs.
I should get a raise for staying unretired or staying retired.
Chill the fuck out.
Because now I can't beat him.
Chill the fuck
That is true.
We'll talk to Hector.
Yeah, we'll talk. So Predator, this one's for you. It's more of a lighthearted one. So
Yep.
you've eliminated us 2 years in a row at champs. The Vanguard one, as you know, was horseshit.
No, it wasn't.
Dude, yes it was.
That was not horseshit.
If there wasn't Bloom, you were getting ripped on control on Tuscan.
There wasn't Bloom.
You
If
know,
there wasn't Bloom on that shit gun, you
the
were
only
dead.
reason, honestly, it actually worked out.
Ask Ant.
It was very lucky because Dante caught someone out one shot, and I thought you were the one shot person.
No, it was Brandon.
I know, but that's why like I shot you and I stopped shooting, which kind of made it work because I threw a random nade at Brendan because I was like, oh my god, that's not the one shot guy. And then Brendan probably saw the nade try to chow with you.
No, it was horseshit. I mean, I got to get this off my chest. It was horseshit. I kill you if there's no Bloom. Shotzi backed me up, and Ant wouldn't lie to me. He said, you kill him without Bloom. And then this year you eliminated us from champs, and you do the Stephen Curry rockabye baby to bed. Tell me a little bit about that.
That was ballsy, too.
That was ballsy. Because
I
you knew in
almost
the back
came-
of your mind you were coming here. I almost,
And that's why I knew I
ballsy.
was gonna be okay. That's why I did it.
that was treason against your king.
Indeed.
But that's fine. That's fine. The right hand man didn't do anything about it, so that was the only person.
Well,
I was
that's because they had me on the leash. I said, Hector, say the word, I'll go spear that prick off the stage. He said, stand down, Tony. I said, I'll stand down, Hector.
Stand down.
Totally. Nah, so who do we play first? I think it was Steve. We played
Yeah, he played
Ken
us,
first.
yeah.
So that's where I first did it. As against Ken. And I was like,
So you just stuck with it.
and then I just like, yeah, I'm just gonna do it again.
You love that shit.
Yeah.
That's
But
your
no,
go-to.
because Dan Ghosty, I never forget when you guys beat us at Major 3, he waved us off. He just waved us off.
Oh, so it was
So then
spiteful.
No way. You got it back in blood?
They got it back in blood. Just
You
put him
piece
to,
of shit.
I
Piece
kept
of
that.
garbage.
I had it noted, man, and I even told him before it even happened that day that when we played champs, it's raps for him. Because I even said to him, "You've been smoking every team on Fortress. At champs, you're gonna play Fortress and you're gonna lose." And then, then I put him to sleep, tucked him in.
Jesus.
It went.
I mean, it was a 1v3 to send
Oh,
us
that
packing. So
1v3
like the
was
juices
dirty.
were probably flowing. You
Oh,
probably didn't
yeah.
even know. You probably blacked out right there.
I mean, yeah, I did. Dante hit all three of us in the head. Dante was screaming.
He hit you in the head?
No, if he's like he spat. So have you seen that photo
Oh.
of Dante?
Like okay.
Have you seen the photo of the
yeah.
spit? Yeah.
Jesus.
But yeah, he went crazy. That 1v3 was dirty. That's probably one of the, like experiencing that. Like
It wasn't fun to watch.
it was dirty because we were like once he got the first 2 kills and there was like the 1v1. We're like Danny's pissing himself right now. And then Dante just came around the corner and just literally just put him to sleep.
It wasn't fun to watch. So I have one more question for Ken, and then we're going to get into rapid fire, which I'm pretty
Let's do it.
excited about. So you've always been a rival of OpTic on Thieves.
Yeah.
How does it now feel to be on the other side of that? Because playing OpTic, I've never had to really do it. And being on Thieves, you guys were the biggest rival. So how does it kind of feel to just be on the other side of the fence?
For me, I've always said like I like playing in front of the big crowds, rather that's me with it or against it. But it was always fun because, like I said, y'all brought the biggest crowds, and we would always pull up on stage, and it was always a banger match because both teams are top teams at the times. But yeah, I'm excited to play in front of the green wall and hopefully win some championships because I feel like that's gonna be an insane feeling.
It is,
and that's
it's
what
a great feeling.
That's what I'm
There's
looking forward
nothing
to.
like it. I mean, the winning champs probably felt pretty good.
Oh, winning champs was amazing.
Yeah, winning champs felt good.
Yeah.
But I'm excited for you guys because with this
can agree.
roster, honestly, I don't want to put pressure on you guys, but with this roster, like, I just know how good you guys are going to be, and I genuinely believe that you guys are going to feel that feeling of winning in front of the green wall. Obviously, I don't want to jinx you guys because they're all going to start spamming jinx, but I do feel incredibly confident about the team that we have this year. And and I'm excited to watch you guys get out there. I mean, you guys aren't getting out there for about half a year probably, but
Yeah, it's a long off season, man.
but when you do get out there,
Whenever it starts, you guys will probably kill it.
yeah, when it starts,
So.
I'm very excited for you guys.
I can't wait. I honestly can't wait.
Chat, if there's any questions that either of the chats have,
Yeah, guys, Scump's live as well. Make sure to show him some love.
if you guys have any questions, we can try to pick like maybe one for each of them before we get into rapid fire. I don't want to keep these guys for too long. I want to get them out there streaming. You guys gonna play Apex?
Yep.
Yeah,
You guys gonna play together?
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Hell yeah! So so you guys both have flights, right? So tell them
Yeah.
your plan. It's a sick plan.
Dude, hold on. First, let me tell you what he did after Champs. He went from Champs in Vegas. He stayed extra in Vegas. Then he went to Miami, Beverly Hills, New York City. He did the Tour de US. And now tell him where you're going next.
I'm going
That
to
poor fucking wallet.
I'm going to Croatia, going to Italy, Bosnia, Greece, and Turkey. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing that for a month. I'm gonna be leaving tomorrow. I've been telling my stream that I was supposed to be leaving for the last 3 days, but I'm going there. Yeah, I'm gonna be going tomorrow morning. So another trip. I need to kill some time, man. It's a long off season, so
Send some pictures.
yeah, I will. I'll send you a lot of stuff.
I got to go on vacation, man.
I'm excited now because obviously we played Apex the other day,
Yeah.
and we went and got barbecue right before that, and you guys didn't catch it, but I'm pretty sure you said that we got barbecue. So you said that we got barbecue, right?
Yeah.
You got barbecue for lunch, and then
Yeah.
I said that I got barbecue for lunch. And then I think he said he got barbecue for lunch. So I saw a couple people like pick up on it in the chat
Yeah.
that like,
No, I don't think
wait,
I
why'd
said
y'all get barbecue?
Yeah.
Wait, I think I might have.
But we were
said
like
that.
contemplating.
Yeah,
we were
yeah.
like, should we play together? Like one of us is gonna slip up.
Yeah.
But
Real
now
quick.
I'm excited because
That barbecue was great.
now we can play with Ken as well, and
Let me
not
just
have to worry
say-
about slipping up.
Let me just say, playing with both of you in Apex was miserable. Two selfish,
Oh.
self-centered pieces of shit. I usually have one selfish fuck,
Those 2v3s.
and then I got two.
Oh, we were frying.
Do it 2v3.
Pred ran to the full team by himself, died, and said, "What happened?"
Wait, I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
Wait,
He said,
that was
"What happened?"
insane. I'm not
Bro,
gonna lie.
you
That was
guys are
actually.
So
legit
I said, "The
iron.
fuck do you mean? What happened, buddy?"
Oh man.
Like,
That
do you know
was
when you
comedy.
like Ken, you know when you're in the bloodhound hole and you're just like locked, like all you see is
Yeah.
red. Like I was,
Bro.
I don't even remember.
There's no better feeling than being Bloodhound too.
Yeah.
I'm
Wait, were
telling
you Bloodhound?
I can't remember. I don't know. No, I was in the Digi-threat. I was just in the smoke on my
Yeah.
own bang, and I was just locked shooting.
Goodness, man. But that's all the questions we got for them. So let's fire up rapid fire.
Let's do it.
Before we start rapid fire, let me just say, I'm not sure who the hell Riley thinks you are. These are questions for Einstein. I mean, you might get zero.
Thank God I didn't get.
Wait,
them.
so how is this working? Are you asking Kenny?
I'm
and
asking Ken. You're
Pred?
asking Pred. I think we should do like
And we put
So, like-
gifteds on it?
we should be a team. You guys are a team. And we'll-
Jesus.
Well,
So I'm putting my gifteds on his
On me being
You're a
Einstein.
brainiac.
on his
That guy's
knowledge.
a- that guy's
No,
a
bro. I
brainiac.
haven't been back to school. I haven't been
Bro,
to school
it's
for like
still there,
4
though, bro.
years.
Then he's trying to
And
act
that-
like he's
And I
that
hope
shit
they're not
goes.
like general questions.
wait, hold on. Let me see what this looks like. So I'm going to ask Pred, however many he gets right.
Yeah.
I'm
It's
actually-
basically Pred versus Ken, and we're asking.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
but you're on a team with him, so you want him to get the
I want him
questions
to
right.
win.
I'm on the team with him, so I want him to get the questions right.
What
and then we'll
are we
put.
putting on it?
Why don't we all throw up 25 gifted?
All
and
of
this,
us?
Jesus, you just said I had to be
well, no.
Einstein. You want me to toss up 25 gifted?
yeah.
Listen,
You want me
guys
to be
are
Einstein,
you
bro.
guys are okay. Well, no, I'm saying like
So each of us throw up.
if
25
you guys win, I give you 25 and he gives him 25.
Okay, so we all throw. I'm down for that.
So it's
Yeah.
50 gifted all together.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, who wants to go first?
I'm taking the
Uh,
company card.
Rock,
You-
paper, scissors?
You ask him first.
I'll ask first.
Hey, how about this? If let's just say if me and Ken are stuck, can you two give us like a hint? Like, but
No.
like you can't give us
no,
an answer.
dude, you got 1 minute.
It is 60
Oh,
seconds
you got
to
1
answer.
minute.
Oh, so
10
it's like,
questions.
it's like
would just
quick.
hurt us.
Okay.
So if you don't know, you can say
Just
skip
pass?
to go to the next
Okay.
question
Alright.
quick. Yeah.
Yeah, like if you don't know that shit, just say skip. Let's do rock, paper,
Pressure,
scissors so we
pressure,
can
bro.
pick who goes first. One, best of one.
All right.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
You're such a weirdo.
You
Who
go-
throws,
You
who
just
throws
scissors
scissors
twice.
twice?
You
Yeah.
go first. All right.
You want us to go first?
Yeah.
All right.
No. Come on.
Yeah, I
Let's
won.
go,
So I
let's
picked.
go. Let's go.
All right, right whenever I say the first word, Riley, start that
Oh
countdown.
my God. Hold on.
All right, I'm going to count you down, all right?
Yep.
3, 2, 1. What is the capital of the United States?
Washington D.C.
Methods is still number 2 overall in KD for which game mode? Game mode.
Control.
Yep. Which player got the final kill of the 2023 season?
Hydra.
No. Name 2 states that border Texas.
The what?
Border Texas.
Border Texas. Austin. I don't.
No.
Austin's a city.
Skip this one.
All right. What was the address of the first OpTic house?
No, I did pass.
What is the smallest U.S. state by population?
Pass.
Name Scump's first teammates as a member of OpTic.
Big timer.
That's one. You need the other two.
Pass.
Okay, name the 3 branches of the United States government.
Pass.
Dude, what the fuck are these, Riley? On what team did Kenny first play with Envoy? You're not getting that.
Pass.
Justice. The original MW3 was released in what year?
2011.
That's right. Okay, we got 3. Holy shit.
How did
Let's
I
put 100 gifted on this shit.
I don't know if we do that. I don't
You're
know if
asking
we
me
do
US
that.
questions. I'm not even from here. I've
heard
been
me?
here for 2 years. I don't know nothing
I didn't
about
make the questions. That's Riley.
We're
Yo,
up,
Riley,
in, the,
not
we're up in
me.
the stakes. 100 gifted.
We're not up in
Fuck
We're
no.
up in the stakes.
We're not up in anything.
Fuck no. I'm
You
using the
guys are
company
pieces
card
of
for this
garbage.
shit.
You
All
said
right, Ken,
Austin.
Let's do it.
Same
That
goes
company
for you.
card? Yeah.
Wait, is there a
I agree.
timer on the screen or no?
I'm confused though.
No.
What was
Okay,
the
you have it?
question?
Okay.
Huh?
States. Border Texas.
Yeah, the states. That were like Arkansas.
Hey,
Oh.
you guys had your go. Have some
Sorry,
respect.
sorry. I just.
I need you to clutch up here for my gifted.
I'm trying.
All right, we got 3.
Yeah, they got 3 right.
I wish I had his questions. Those are some of them pretty easy.
Well,
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
Well,
You said those were easy?
Some of them pretty easy.
Yes,
I
no,
I mean,
I knew the
those-
branches.
Because you're Australian, so like
Actually,
he
no.
gave you like U.S. questions.
I think
I think we
gives
fine?
him
if
US
you don't know,
questions.
just
Give him a
say
spelling
skip
question.
quick.
Okay.
You know
That's
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where's Sydney?
Shut your fucking mouth. It's our turn.
All right.
All right. When I say I'm gonna say 3, 2, 1, go, and then
Yeah.
I'm gonna start asking. All right, 3, 2, 1, go. Who got the first kill of the 2022/2023 CDL season?
Slasher.
Yes. What is the capital of Australia?
Sydney.
No. What was the
wait.
title of Octane's retirement video?
Skip.
Which player had the highest kill streak this past season?
Shotzi.
No. Who were the members of OpTic's first pro COD roster?
Pro first.
Yeah.
Nade.
No. What is Pred's last name?
Oh, skip.
What? What was Scump's overall KD at the time of its retirement? We're fucked.
1.16.
Name 2 states that border California.
California. Fuck.
Oh my God, we might have won.
Seattle. And fuck, bro.
What restaurant is
He's gotta
Pred
get both of
famous
them.
for eating at with Lamar?
What's up? Say that?
What restaurant is Pred famous at for eating with Lamar? Like what restaurant do I make the joke on?
I don't name of it, but the Salt Bay one.
Oh, let's go. That was an absolute
Bro.
You didn't know his last name was Zolberry?
No boo. No boo.
You were an AP.
The final
Bro,
question
I wasn't
is
in
which player...
AP. I was in AP geography.
You just costed me cash.
Bro, wait. Okay, you wouldn't know the answers to all the other. What was his KD when he ended?
1.1. 1.10.
That's a hard one.
That's
Okay.
a hard like.
Yeah, like
okay,
it
so
could've been
but
anything. It
the
could've been a
final...
0.8.
Okay, what's AG's last name?
Zolberry. You didn't know...
I did not
you
know
didn't
AG's
his
last name. I
Zolberry?
call him AG. I don't call him.
The last question was what... You never heard me say, yo, we going to Nobu, bro? You never heard me say
Listen,
that shit?
bro. Listen.
He doesn't watch.
I'm not
he
that
doesn't
locked
watch
in.
much.
on
He
that.
doesn't watch your shit.
Bro, he's watching
content.
VOD. He's watching VOD.
I'm not that locked in on that.
The last
Wait, my
question-
questions. Okay.
Honestly, I
what's
wish
the
I had yours.
California
You
one?
wish you had mine.
California.
It was... okay, yeah. So it was Slasher. The capital of Australia is Canberra. Canberra.
Canberra.
I can't believe you
Canberra.
got the.
Wait.
I can't. Once you got the first one, I was like, we're
No,
fucked.
because I actually got that one because it was on Instagram the other day. I was on Instagram, like the CDO posted or something like that.
Damn, I
That's the
can't
only
believe you
reason I
got
got
that. As soon as you got
Slasher's
that, I was
insane.
like, we're
That's where
golden.
Riley
No,
got it
I
from.
thought we were golden too because I was like,
When you said Slasher first
I
kill
actually
of the
got it.
season,
I
was
guessed
like,
it
it's
on
chalk.
the story and I got it wrong, and then I was like, okay,
Yeah.
Oh, it's one of those. Okay.
Yeah.
The title of Octane's retirement video is literally just retirement.
That's a trick. That's
That would have
tricky.
been hard.
Simp had the highest kill streak.
I
this
knew that
past
because that was on
season.
me.
The original members of
Fucker.
OpTic's first
17.
pro COD roster
16.
were Nerve, Eaton, Diesel, and Gun Deezy.
See, I was
Yeah.
never getting that.
Riley, you're an asshole.
See, but I would have
No,
got
Riley, I
okay,
love
but
that
I would have
idea.
gotten the one
No,
that
Riley,
he
thank
got
you. You're
about
actually
like
the man.
Seth's teammates. I would have gotten that one, but like that was
2011.
That was
okay.
that was a hard one.
that was a hard
Two
one too.
states that border
But-
California, you had Nevada, Arizona, and Oregon to choose from.
Oh, Oregon. I said Seattle.
The restaurant was Nobu. And then which player captured the most control zones this past season? Who would you have picked?
captured.
Yeah.
I don't know. Kismet.
Octane. Dude, Riley, you're a douche.
Bro.
I had hard
Finally,
ones
one's
too.
rigged for me.
I can't even
dude.
be upset. These are
no,
like
mine
impossible.
were way harder than
Yeah.
AG's for
Wait,
sure.
what?
Bro,
Nah,
you
trust
don't
me,
know.
they-
You knew Seth's KD when he ended the season.
Yeah.
Everything.
No, you did not.
Yes, I did.
There's no fucking way.
There's
you do
no
that.
way.
1.14.
Get used to
It
it.
was
Everything's rigged for
1.1.
him.
You didn't even
That's
know it.
Take that.
That was
left-
rigged, bro.
Oh, all the answers? Okay. So he got the first one right. The capital of the United
Was that
States,
actually Washington?
Washington,
You
D.C.
You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, wait, no. Did you get that?
I got that right.
Yeah, you got it right. Washington, yep. Methods is, yep, you got that right. Number 2 in KD for which game mode?
Control.
Correct.
You got that right. The player that got the final kill of the season was Kismet.
Yeah, I knew that.
I remember it like it was yesterday. He was top palm, and he
tried
killed
to
him,
get off Xbox. Yeah.
He like ripped him off the
I'm
head.
saying, I know. Nah, bro.
I didn't know that.
If we switched questions, I would have slammed his shit
What
for
KD
sure.
did Scump have in his last series?
Yeah. Name 2 states that border Texas. You could have said New Mexico, Arkansas, Oklahoma, or Louisiana.
Would
Yeah,
you
I
have
had
gotten
no
that?
chance.
If
Okay,
that,
see,
if that question was asked to you, would you have gotten that?
Yeah.
No, I would have gotten
I
that
would
one over
not
the
have.
California one, bro. I'm not from
I
California.
wouldn't.
I'm from the East, more so East Coast. I know more.
Like, I don't even know
central
what
shit.
that is.
The address of the first OpTic house was 6050 Russell Drive. The smallest U.S. state by population is
Who would
Wyoming.
get that?
Yeah,
What,
I wouldn't have gotten
60-50?
Yeah.
Well, no.
I would have just said 60-50. I would have left that.
60-50. A lot
It's
of
either
people know.
6050 or 1235.
Okay. What was the smallest place?
Wyoming with 578,000 people.
Never gonna know that.
My first teammates as an OpTic member were Merc, Big Timer, and Rambo, and that was an MW3.
Yeah, I knew that
Anybody
one.
in chat
I
from
actually knew that
Wyoming?
one.
I've never met anybody from Wyoming. Anybody watching
was
from
it-
Wyoming?
I
Don't
was
lie
gonna
either.
say yes. But
Yeah, they're,
That would have said like
lying.
Maine or something like that. I think you never hear about Maine.
who
But
else is there?
I mean, Ant didn't even know where Maine was.
He thought it was in the UK.
He thought it was in the UK.
That is next level.
the three
That is
branches.
insane.
The three
Three
branches
branches.
of the U.S. government were the legislative, executive, and judicial.
How would I know
yeah,
that?
I knew those.
Of course
Man,
you're gonna know that.
bro,
I'm not even
Wait.
from here.
You know, Ant looked at Buzz yesterday and said, "Can you sit?" He said, "What's up, puppy? Can you sit?"
Oh man!
It's actually comedy.
It's
What team
comedy
did
for
Kenny
sure.
first play with Envoy? That was Just Us. I remember playing them. It was
Yeah.
like you, Dill, Assault, and was it Cheen?
No, Mike Spacely.
Spacely?
Yeah.
Butters.
How would I know that? I would not know that.
And then
That's the original Butters.
And then you got the last
That's
one
fucked,
right.
bro.
That was a guess. That was a
MW3
full
was
guess. I
released
had
in
no idea.
2011.
Wow.
So we
What a
win.
time.
I will take my 25 gifted from
Yeah.
you whenever you see fit.
No way.
25.
That's on
gifted.
me, bro. But like those were.
So wait, does Zin give me 25
Look
as well?
at that.
I'm giving him 25 gifted, and he's giving you 25.
Exactly.
I
gifted.
want
Clown.
you to give me 25 though.
You want me to do it? Okay, then Ken can give you the
I'll give-
25. I'll
yeah,
give you the
that's
25.
I want you to do it.
Everything's rigged for you here, dude. I'm getting real tired of
Dude,
this
you
shit.
literally, I had to give you what, 100 something gifted?
But it was
glass?
deserved because I smoked your ass.
Yeah, whatever. But all right, guys, that's going to do it for Ken and Pred.
Yup.
Thank you guys very much for joining us on the show. Again, I'm very excited for you guys as a team. I think that this roster is from top to bottom very well balanced. It's gonna be a lot of fun to watch you guys go to work. So
I still think it should have been me.
it should not have been you.
It should have been me, dude.
Should not have been you.
I'm sorry, Ken.
It should have been me in the one in the announcement video.
Yeah,
It's
it's
comedy, bro.
hilarious.
It should have been me.
Dude,
All
people,
right,
next time we're here, we
people
need
were
hookers
losing
though.
it. They said if Zin's playing, I'm not a fan.
Oh, they didn't like it.
Someone said
They didn't like it.
They weren't happy, huh?
they, they
They
said
didn't like it.
they said respectfully, please don't play.
Wait, Zinni, I actually beat you just then.
Huh?
I finally beat you again.
What?
That's true.
Just then.
Doesn't
like, rapid
count,
fire
dude.
game.
I
I've
costed
beaten
that
you in
one.
everything like that matters. Pool.
You did not beat me in
CDL.
pool.
We smoked you in pool. Scratch
We
did.
did-
Scratch doesn't
We
count.
beat y'all
dude.
in pool, and I was on Mars.
You actually
And
hitting some
then
shots.
a couple came up, and they looked like the fucking Avengers coming
They
at us.
walked in like the fucking Jeff and Matt Hardy.
They were like,
said, "We
"Who's
got,
got next?" And I was like,
I said, "Calm down, buddy. I'll put
Now
this
the Uno was
pool stick."
comedy. Hey, the Uno was comedy.
Nah, the
"Oh
Uno
yeah, we
was
started
calm.
playing Uno." I forgot about that.
Nah, the Uno was
When
bro.
Seth said,
Seth just like bro stole the girls' cars, bro. She was looking. She's like, where? I can't play. I have no cards.
Wait,
This-
I stole the cards?
No, so what happened was it was supposed to like you were supposed to trade cards with the person next to you. So
I didn't know
I
that.
traded cards with AG, but I had hella cards, so he cheated and tried to give them to you, and then you were supposed to give them to the girl.
But I had no idea what was
But you
going
had no
on.
idea.
You
So,
like-
so you just put them in a random pile. And then she's like, where's my cards? You start picking out of them, and the girl's like, are
Bro.
you cheating?
Wait, she thought I was cheating?
Yeah, because you were like,
I set you up.
yeah, you put the cards that he gave you like in a random pile.
No, this is exactly what happened. I got a bunch of cards, and I was like, "Look, I'm one card off winning." I go, "Seth has no idea what's going on."
Yeah.
I
We've
gave
been
it to
drinking
you.
for 7 hours. at
I
that point,
gave
like-
it to you, and you just said, "I'm not having these cards." And
Yeah.
you just threw it down
on the table.
And then it was the girl's turn, and she had no cards because you're supposed to give it to her. And she's like, "I have no cards."
Listen,
Yeah.
listen.
You were on Mars for sure, but that was
Oh,
comedy.
bro, that was hilarious.
Once that hookah came out,
We said so. We were formulating the plan for the rest of the night. We were at this bar playing pool, and I was like, "If we go to the club, I'm gonna be blacked out tonight." And Seth goes, "I'm already blacked out." Yeah, he goes, "I don't know what's going on."
that was a joke.
Yeah,
to
I
be
know.
fair, that was a
Yeah.
joke.
Yeah, no,
But hey, we're here. We had a good show. Thank you guys very much for joining us.
Yes, sir.
These two wild men are about to go stream until their flights.
Yeah, which one of you wants a Methods raid? Which one wants a Scump raid?
Yeah.
I'll take it.
I don't think we should raid. I think we should just.
That was the joke, man.
We should just.
It was an obvious joke.
So we're still gonna do. Well, we're still gonna
All
do
I
our
want is
tier
the
list.
20 from you.
So we're not done yet. But they are gonna go start their streams, get everything fired up. We're gonna do a tier list of confirmed and rumored rosters. But again, thank you to the both of you for joining us.
Yep.
Safe travels. Have fun in your trip, AG.
Appreciate it, man.
Have fun,
And,
brother.
Enjoy the Apex, boys.
Peace.
Appreciate it.
Peace, bros.
W spam in the chat, folks. All right. Now we're going to be doing our tier list.
Yeah, so
Go ahead.
OpTic guest here.
Quiet. So we're probably going to do this relatively quickly. I don't think we need to spend too much time on this.
Yeah, we've kind of. I mean, there's definitely some more announced teams now, but this is our Prize Picks segment. So thank you to Prize Picks, of course, for supporting the show
Absolutely.
all year long. And yeah, I will say when it comes to teams, there are 4, I would say, dominant, capable teams. I think it goes without saying. I think the top 4 teams in any order you want to put them in are OpTic, FaZe, New York, and Toronto.
So right now, I'm putting, based off of sheer rosters alone, 1 and 2, I'm putting us and FaZe.
That's fair. And then 3 and 4, you're doing Ultra and.
But I think that could be interchanged on any given day. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. I think any of the top 4 teams. I think the top 4 teams this year are going to just slam.
I think my honest opinion about the top 4 teams is I think on any given day, any
They
of
could take
those
each
teams
other
could
out.
beat the other. Like there isn't one team that's just gonna absolutely dismantle those teams. Like once you get to that top 4, it's gonna be a bloodbath. It's just gonna be back and forth.
So you know a lot. I feel like your knowledge of like the other. So go through like team by team and give. So FaZe obviously is the trio plus Draza.
Correct. And then
us obviously we just announced.
Toronto replaces Hixie for Envoy, which I think sole player for player
Was the win of Rostermania.
Yeah, like just one player for one player. I think Toronto made probably the best single move with the Envoy upgrade.
Correct.
No disrespect to Hixie, but I just think Envoy's ceiling for the role he plays is up there. And then for New York, it's rumored that Sib is replacing Priesta because obviously Priesta has been announced on Boston, and Sib is the rumored replacement.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't really know about that move because obviously, you know, Sib coming in. Sib, I would say probably mechanically slightly better than Preston, but I feel like Preston is overall a more selfless player and is willing to do literally whatever it takes for the team to do well, whether that means him going 5-20, you know, but he's always going to make the best play possible.
Yeah.
And Dante obviously just mechanically a freak of nature. So we'll see how that turns out for New York. I mean, they won the last 2 events and made a roster change. So a lot of people were like, "What the fuck?"
I've said it a bunch where it's like they won 3 tournaments, including champs.
Yeah.
Priesta should be on that roster. They shouldn't have made a change. But I think the reality is Sib for Priesta, they're still a top 4 team. I think they were a top 4 team with Priesta with these new rosters, and I think with Sib they're still a top 4 team. I don't think they fall out of that top 4. But we'll see. There's no way to really know if the move was beneficial or not until we see them play. But it is very hard to win 3 events in 1 year, especially including champs. So I feel for Priesta because I just think, you know, that's a player that should be safe given what just happened at the end of the year.
Absolutely.
You win champs, the team should stick.
Absolutely. So Riley, if you could go ahead and put FaZe and us in 1-2, and then Ultra and New York 3-4. And again, people are going to say biased, which, you know, clearly, but I think that again, any of those 4 teams on any given day can take each other out, and I think it's going to make for the top 4 teams right now. I think it's going to be an absolute bloodbath between those teams. Now, here's where things get a little bit hairy. 5-6.
I'm putting Boston in 5-6. Boston is the only team on this list that has announced their roster moving forward, and that roster is Priesta, Capsule, Slasher, and Snoopy. So that's a scary team. I think the reality is every team right now is trying to form a team that is going to be like 5th, 6th. I don't think Boston can't be any of those top teams.
I think Boston will compete with those teams with that roster.
But on a consistent basis, I would still give it to those top 4. But I'm putting Boston in 5-6. I think that's fair. The problem is now the rest we have no info on. So we have no info on Mutineers, none for London, none for LAG. The rumored Thieves roster, I believe, is Afro, Cammy, Ghosty, Joe Deceives or
Joe
something?
Deceives. Yeah.
So that's the rumored Thieves roster. And, I mean, we kind of have to put him in 5-6 because there's no other thing
Here,
to go
actually,
off.
to make this easier, can we put everything? Hold on. Can you go through the remaining rosters so we can actually look at them and actually compare them?
We don't have info besides...
Well, yeah, the rumored ones, though.
Rocker is rumored to be
Wait, hold on. So Thieves is Joe, Cammy,
Afro, and
Afro,
Ghosty. And then Rocker is Accuracy, Awakening, Linz. And guys, who's the fourth?
See, that's the thing. I don't really know much about...
No, it's not Fame.
I don't really know much about
Vivid,
Linz.
okay. I mean, I think that's your... So, Boston's 5-6. I guess we have to decide between Thieves and Rocker. Based on the rumored roster, who do you think is better?
Between those two teams,
I'll give it to Thieves.
I would give that to Thieves as well. It's also just hard. It's hard because I don't really know much about Linz.
I mean, I mean, you know what Lamar has given you? I am hopeful that Lamar could help Awakening be a more complete player. I think Awakening has a stigma on his name. I played with him personally. I talk highly of him. A lot of people think he's a kill whore. And I will say at times Joe can play a little slower than he should. But when it comes to like mechanics and ceiling, Awakening is one of the best players in the game. Like, I'm not going to debate it. I know it for a fact.
Yeah.
I see the way he plays. I do think Lamar can help him tweak his play style to be a little faster in matches compared to scrims. And then we obviously know what Vivid brings to a team. Vivid's solid. And then Linz is the question mark. I've asked some people who they'd compare Linz to, and I've heard like Pred Hydra. But I'm like...
No way.
I'm like...
Before we see something that you can't... That's insane. Because those
who
are...
knows?
I mean, those are insane. That's
Yeah.
like the top of the talent pool in terms of submachine guns.
And now I'm pretty sure we have no info on the rest of these teams. It was rumored that Mutineers would be the
Vickle,
Spanish Heretics.
and
but
then that fell through.
I'm not sure. I think it's unclear if it fell through completely or
Vickle,
what's going on.
Brack,
I don't think there's a rumored roster.
Is there not?
No.
It's just I've just heard Vickle, Brack.
Yeah.
Or like the only two rumored that I know. Who's next?
We have no info on the rest of the teams. Yeah, it is rumored that Rambo has signed to Surge as a coach.
We can't do anything with that.
Yeah, I mean, that's all we got is Rambo.
So is that our tier
It's
list?
a one-man army with Ray. I mean, yeah, we have no information on the rest. RCD's Illy Duo? I don't think so. I think it was... So I saw a tweet that Alex not with LAG anymore. I'm not sure if that's true or not. The problem is the rest I genuinely don't think we have any info on.
All right. So that's our tier list.
That's our tier list for now. And then if I'm looking at these teams, I'm looking at someone like Abuza, who has a lot of talent and a lot of people are talking about him.
If I'm London, I'm doing everything in my power to get Abuza on the roster.
And then you obviously have Clayster, who, when it comes to being a leader, he would be a great addition to any of these rosters. Attach not being on Rocker is an interesting one. Obviously, Attach is not on the rumored Rocker roster. So I think Attach is obviously a steal.
We may be potentially seeing Clayster and Attach. I'd love to see them. I'd love to see them form
Clay
back
and
together.
Attach reunite. Dude, I mean, there are a lot of players that we have no info on. Hook, Illy, Temp,
There wasn't
Clay,
there,
Attach.
Well, there was a rumor of Hook, Illy.
An Awakening, but that fell through now.
Now because Awakening. Yep.
Yep.
You're right. So that's our tier list.
Yeah, there are a lot of potential options. You have Asim, Nasty, Exceed. I mean, Arcides. I think Arcides is probably one of the most underrated because I do think everyone's looking at. I don't think Alec had a great season this past season.
Do you think Alex sticks with LAG?
I have no idea. I just think when you're looking at players' upside, you get Arcides.
Yeah.
And obviously the most underrated player still available, Thomas TJ Haley.
Clay, Attach, Hook, and Illy is rumored LAG. That is a pretty solid fucking team.
Clay, Attach, Hook, and Illy. That role-wise, that makes no sense. Illy on SMG?
I guess.
Or you have Attach on SMG?
No.
Once again, I want to repeat myself. The most underrated player still available is Thomas TJ Haley. S&D pioneer, master of his craft. The problem is the food budget.
If Tej can fix his respawn, which he's been struggling in, I mean, his search and destroy was I mean, far and away some of the best that we had in the CDL this year. So if he could fix, we get it, food budget. If he
It's something to think about. I'm just kidding, by the way. It's one of my
respawn-
best friends, damn it.
yeah, also Standy. Where's Standy going?
Eli is a good
Where's Mac going?
Mac, dude. There are a lot of possible. My only thing is there are a lot of good players that are available. I'm just not sure if you can form. I mean, I think Clay Attach makes sense. I think Clay Attach and like a Hook and then maybe like a Mac or something.
That's
I
not
like
a bad
that.
roster.
Clay Attach, Hook, and Mac. I feel like they could be somewhat solid. Or you can do like Clay Attach, Hook, and Standy. You know what I'm saying? There are a few options, but I think teams are going to have to do a lot of work to try and sort of form underrated rosters. I do want to shout out Nasty, too. I do think Nasty's underrated.
I think Nasty. I think if I'm London, I'm keeping Nasty.
Yep.
We talked about that like at the end of last year, whenever they obviously were eliminated mathematically from champs. If you're London, I feel like you got to keep Nasty. You potentially keep Asim, depending on how you feel about him and how he was performing in like practice and just how outspoken he was.
Yep.
And I think they go for like an Abuza and another sub.
Yep. And then I think temp is a no-brainer for these rosters. I mean, Don's slaying potential is up there. And everyone who has played with Don has high praise for his like knowledge, like and the way he looks at the game.
Who, Donnie?
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone that's teamed with him has always spoken like he's
really smart.
He's very smart.
That's the problem, is there's a lot of players left and we don't have information on them. But
so people are saying roster mania has been slow. Now obviously our roster is now out there. I feel like now that our roster's out there, we're gonna start seeing everything kind of form and all the puzzle pieces kind of start fitting together.
Yep.
Because obviously, like, 3 of the top 4 have been announced. New York's the only one that hasn't officially been announced, right?
yes.
The 3 of the top 4 has been announced. Boston's been announced. So I feel like now we're going to start to see most of these rosters actually start forming and stuff start coming out. Because there was a pretty dry spell.
There was.
I mean, there was nothing coming out, just rumors. Now I feel like this is going to be a domino that starts it. So that's our tier list for now. Can't really fill in the blanks with too many other teams because most of these teams don't even really have rumored rosters.
And you guys know the deal with prize picks, man.
Yep.
Get those picks in. I can't wait for the season to start again.
I mean,
I'm going to be on that app.
I think a lot of us are waiting for the season to start again.
Yeah.
It's like football season. It's like I can't wait for football season to start. Starts in September.
Real quick, we are nominated for an eSport award. The breakdown has been nominated for the eSports award. So if you guys have some extra time, Seth is also nominated for a bunch of different categories. Hector has a nomination. If you guys wouldn't mind, go dropping a vote or heading over. Sorry, I am on Mars. Heading over to drop a vote for the breakdown, and Seth, Hector, really, really appreciated.
Yeah, and I do want to say something. I mean, obviously, Tom wasn't nominated, and we both feel pretty strongly that he should have been nominated.
Correct.
But stop talking shit about our show because his wasn't nominated.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I texted Tom. Tommy deserved a nomination. No one's going to argue that. 1,000,000%. Tom has been fucking killing it since he first retired in Cold War. So we feel very strongly that Tom deserves some nominations. So
Correct.
Kind of shitty to not see that happen.
Correct. We love Tom over here. But that's going to do it for us, guys. Again, shouts out to Prize Picks. They were a partner of ours throughout, basically, I'd say the back half of the season.
Yep.
I would say, probably that. Very integral part. I mean, we had a lot of fun on it, putting our picks in. You guys obviously heard us when we were doing our watch parties, always talking about, give us another kill, please, or stop getting kills. So
and guys,
it really added an extra layer of fun for us. So shouts out to Prize Picks. And we'll be on that app next season.
Absolutely. And if you guys missed it, the process is just delayed a little bit. So they were recording behind-the-scenes content pretty much this entire past week. Like yesterday, more content. So I think they just wanted to make sure it's exactly how they want it to be, and that's why it's delayed a little bit. But nonetheless, they wanted to push the announcement out today because couldn't leave you guys hanging like that. But the process has delayed a bit. So I don't know how long personally, but we were just told it's delayed a little bit.
Yeah, we don't know how long. I know a lot of people were probably a little bit frustrated that it didn't come out today, but again, it's a very, very big episode, guys. They want it to be perfect, obviously.
And I think today went great too. I mean, just having Pred and Kenny on, I think was a lot of fun. Being able to ask them questions the whole nine. So.
Yeah, did you guys enjoy it today? It was kind of like a very chill.
Yeah.
We wanted it to be more of like you guys getting to know them a little bit. You guys obviously know about them if you guys watch the CDL. You've heard interviews of them, but we wanted to like ask questions that would, you know, kind of speak to how they are as players, how they are as people. And I'm not blowing smoke. I'm very excited for this roster. I think it's a very balanced OpTic roster from top to bottom.
Yep.
And I know a lot of you guys say jinx when I say I'd be very surprised if they don't hoist a trophy at least once next year. But I do actually truly mean that.
Yep.
I feel like all the pieces are there, and they just got to make it work and get to it whenever it comes to practicing and ironing out mistakes. So we'll see how they do. I'm very excited. Now you guys know the roster, and we don't have to keep secrets anymore, so we don't have to worry about leaking. Which
taking pictures of them in the background,
Yeah.
and you know, I took a picture of Hector yesterday, and in the reflection you could see Kenny, and I'm like, well, I can't post that. So today was a lot of fun, and let me just say again, like, thank you guys very much for the support on the breakdown.
Yeah,
this is obviously our last episode probably of the season, and for a little bit until things start ramping up. So just excited that you guys have been enjoying it. So really thank you for supporting the show.
It's kind of crazy that this is our official last one. I mean, we might do like impromptu, me and you like talking at home if like roster stuff comes out and shit like that. But this is our like last official breakdown at the offices, really until
for this season,
until next year. Yeah, until the next year's matches start.
We have to see what the future holds. Obviously, there's a lot up in the air with platforms and whatever. So we're going to see, and obviously we've seen feedback on the show, and we will of course like start talking about what we want the show to look like going forward. So we think a lot of things have worked, and obviously maybe some not so much. So we'll do our best to keep it pushing and make the necessary upgrades. But
and you can catch us on Apex tomorrow playing with Hal.
CEO Hal.
Me, Zin,
COO
Hal,
methods,
tomorrow,
intern
Apex.
Scump.
You don't want to fucking miss that. I can't wait for him. I can't wait to see how you are when Hal's in the call.
I'm going to he will not speak down to me.
Is that right?
Because there'll be repercussions.
Oh, it's gonna be a lot of fun. So thank you guys again from the bottom of our hearts. We really do appreciate the love and support on the show. Again, if you guys don't mind voting for us for the Esports Awards, it'd be very much appreciated.